Good evening, Bucks fans. We are back. It is a Monday, so that means it's Real Bucs Talk live here with you guys, presented by Bucs Report. I'm Michael Plus, joined as always Mark Ramirez. And Mark, how are we doing on this great Monday? That game on Saturday wasn't the best, obviously, but thank God it's preseason.
Yeah, these don't really count. Even my daughter was like, "Oh, they lost." Like, well, at the end of the day, it's just like tune-ups. They're just kind of seeing what they got. I mean, the starters didn't even play. Majority of the starters didn't play. But
Right.
either way, this is more for the second, third string guys. It still is upsetting to see a Buccaneer loss and seeing guys like you want to succeed, like Kyle Trask do well or Jalen Darden do well. It's just like, then again, you got to think how much of like the actual guys are starting are they playing with? How many guys are actually going to be on the roster are they playing with? So it's give and take. It's kind of hard to get that mad at it. It's just seeing progress. And one guy you saw with huge progress with Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. I'm trying to pronounce that correctly now. But we'll talk about him later. But overall, I mean, a bloodbath either way. So you take
Yeah,
it.
I mean, I sum it up to, preseason football. Again, you can't put too much into it. You gotta roll with it. And, the main thing is we got healthy.
Yeah.
We're still healthy out of the game. So that's the biggest thing I look at. But yeah, you look at, Joe Tryon-Shoyinka. I mean, he was on fire in that 2-minute drill, showing all the pass rush moves. Guys, be sure to check out our video of him we put up last night, and it's up on our YouTube channel, just breaking down his highlights. And yeah, he's growing, man. He's growing. Like a lot of feedback saying he should have been a higher pick. Yeah, obviously it looks like that, but still got to wait and see how he's going to produce in the regular season. Again, it's a different stage that everyone's going to be progressing to. So yeah, he was the bright spot, obviously. And the rest of the guys, I mean, there was some good effort. Grant Stewart, I thought, played decent. He played better. Offensive line for the most part was okay, but now you look forward to this Saturday, and obviously all the main guys are going to get a lot of playing time, and hopefully we can stay healthy for that one and get some good reps and get some good sync going.
Yeah, they're saying like about a half, correct? A half.
Yeah, it looks like it's gonna be a half. So
Yeah, I mean, that's next week. I mean, and MDPLPL, yeah, we're not going to the Houston. We're not going to that preseason game.
yeah,
X_1K meant like all the home games because we have season tickets this year. So we're going to be going to pretty much every home game.
yeah,
But I mean, looking at this game that's just unfolded, I mean, I thought Gabbert would move the ball at least a little bit.
hmm
There wasn't really much of anything on. Let's talk, like, I guess, the offense. Like any guys that kind of popped off to you. I mean, Kyle Trask had the one beautiful pass that was a so-called interception for a touchdown. Not that it was timing and everything.
yeah,
And then quicksand just started happening. I saw you talking about that on Twitter, but offensively, I didn't truly see anyone really pop off. I mean, you have OJ Howard with his drops. You had
hmm
uh, just inconsistencies all around. I mean, what would you say is a bright spot on offense?
yeah. There wasn't many. I mean, they only had, I think, 5 first downs like going into the fourth quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So it wasn't good at all. The defense was out there way too long. Bright spots. I thought Tyler Johnson played a decent game. There were some inconsistencies with his blocking ability, but I thought for the most part he got open. He made plays when he was throwing the football. Yeah, obviously, we like to see OJ Howard, come down with those catches. Blaine, I thought played okay. He showed some wheels on his scramble.
Not like he's a proven.
He made some good decisions. So just yeah, better consistency is needed. Griffin, I again thought struggled a little bit. He was a little bit better, but he struggled in the game.
This is the second week in a row he struggled. It's kind of,
Yeah,
I mean, he's just giving the ball away to Kyle Trask pretty much, and it's not even saying much. Kyle Trask isn't really doing well. It's just the high pick he was. There was writing on the wall when he got picked. But I mean, either way, just looking at the numbers, just look at it that way. Like, this is bad.
hmm
uh, let's see if I can even bring it up. Here we go. Boom. So Trask, 13-26, 131 yards, two interceptions. Bad. I mean, the first one shouldn't have been an interception. We'll talk about that more later. And the second one, I guess he was trying to throw a back shoulder or just when the defender wasn't looking, hits a helmet, pops in the air, interception. But overall, I mean, look at this. That's just bad. So we kind of want to see what Tom Brady and the offense, first team offense looks like, because there really hasn't been any of that. I mean, O.J. Howard not catching, we already touched on that. So other than Tanner Hudson doing what he does in the preseason, there wasn't really much bright spot at all. And I'm not beating a dead horse. That's what it was.
Yeah. No, I agree. It was just a struggle, and a lot of the offense just didn't click. There was a lot of third and long situations. They were trying to run the ball early on, first and second down. They didn't get any yards that way. So yeah, it was just very tough night for the offense. Again, defensively, I thought they did a lot of good things, especially early. Run defense, I thought was much better until like the second half, but they got tired. But Pat O'Connor, Khalil Davis.
Yeah, let's defense, because that was a hell of a bright spot, even though the score was 34-3.
Yeah. They actually got some sacks in this game. I think they ended up with 3 sacks on the night. So, it was definitely a better positive on the defensive side. Offense, it was just, Tanner Hudson, and that was pretty much it. 6 receptions, 74 yards. But defense, I thought, showed some good things individually.
Okay, so let's think about this defensively. They had 3 sacks, like you mentioned, and 10 tackles for loss. That's insane. I mean, just looking at the numbers, that's you would think we would have won by landslide. But again, preseason, guys aren't playing consistently. And you mentioned Grant Stewart. And looking at the numbers again, he had 6 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, 1 sack. Dude is balling. And these are 2 names you're going to see a lot. These are guys fighting for bottom of the roster. Javon Hagan, Antonio Hamilton. I mean, he got his name mentioned by Mike Edwards today. Javon Hagan's just been popping the past 2 games. So those are 2 guys clawing, trying to make this roster. So good that they had 2 consecutive really good games. What'd you think of those 2 guys?
Yeah, I thought, both of those guys have been playing well. And they're in a battle, whether they're going to keep Javon Hagan as a force safety, or they're going to keep Hamilton as the 5th corner. So those spots are up for grabs for sure. D. Delaney is another guy that's kind of stood out and, made good special teams plays. Chris Cooper had a better game this week. So he was on the radar of Bruce Arians. So definitely a battle. That one's going to be decided this weekend. Really, most of the roster spots are decided, but you're looking at the 16 practice squad spots, and then 3 to 4 roster spots at the back end.
To me, I mean, everyone wants to talk Pat O'Connor, Tryon, but like those are going to be special team spots. Like Antonio Hamilton or Javon Hagan, can they be special teams aces, gunners, somewhere there? Grant Stewart, his first game wasn't good. This second game was a big jump. So can he ride that momentum into that third game? Let's see. And that's going to be tough either way for all those guys. Over here, MD Peel said it's going to be a tough roster cut. It's going to be, but this is a good thing. I mean, the fact that they're that loaded everywhere. Someone else is going to get a good guy we cut. Like even Nate Brooks, we cut today. Today or yesterday?
Yeah, we let him go yesterday.
He's pretty good to me, considering.
Yeah, I thought he played okay. Obviously the big name was Quentin Bell, who was on the roster last season. And they made a couple other cuts. They just signed another offensive tackle today. So, I mean, we'll just see how it's going to play out. Really, the offensive line, I think, is set. When you look at, the main starters, and then you look at your backups in Aaron Stinney, Robert Hainsey, Nick Leverett, Josh Wells, that's pretty much your guys right there.
Hainsey's finally back.
Yeah, Hainsey's going to play this week, so that'll be nice to, see him and actually get a center in there that's really, got all the center work beforehand and can play that position. So it'll be nice to see that.
And so that I didn't want to talk about offense. That's how bad the taste is in my mouth. So let's talk some more positive things. Joe Tryon, incredible. Like second game, how much he learned, how much he was talking with JPP on the sideline and applying it on the field literally moments after was incredible to me. I mean, he was bringing everything. If you guys saw our film study on him, power, speed around the edge, going through you or going around you, it was just going to happen. His hand usage, his dip rips, his swim overs, he was using so much in one game. I think I even saw one spin move inside. It didn't work, but still, he's trying things. Insane. At a moment, it almost seemed like how Shaq Barrett was in that preseason game 2 years ago. Like how it's just like, this is unfair. This guy's just winning every snap, and this is a rookie doing it. It's kind of cool to see this, and I truly do hope he's like the steal of the draft. I mean, 32nd pick for a guy that's 6'5", 262, and can move like he does is insane. Just to be honest, what's your take on that?
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, Joe was, using all his arsenal in this game. Especially in that 2 minute drive, he was showing, bull rush, push and pull, a lot of different stuff, rips, dips, all the above, and really putting it together well. So yeah, I like where he's heading. Again, it's a process, and we're just gonna see how he continues to develop. And obviously, when he gets in there with much better talent around him. Not discrediting the second team defensive line because they are good. But when you get in with guys like Shaq Barrett, JPP, Vita Vea, etc., you're gonna have great opportunities to win a lot. So it should be fun.
Yeah, I mean, there's no eyes on you.
Yeah.
You're the forgotten man, and not to mention Vita Vea, like the amount of manpower he demands. It's kind of hard to double anyone on that defensive line.
Right.
I
And
can, and,
it's
go ahead.
yeah, I was just gonna say it's impressive that he was doing this against another draft pick and Dylan Radence, who was high coming out in the process. He was considered maybe a first round pick. He drops to the second round, and I mean it shows that Joe can win these one-on-ones, and I think that's the most important. Like he can be consistent in winning these one-on-one matchups that he's going to see a lot. Now, granted, he's going to be going up against better offensive linemen as he gets into the regular season. That's for sure. But you got to like where his ceiling is heading towards. It looks sky's the limit right now.
Because there's things you just can't teach, like size, strength. You can build up strength, but size, speed at that size is incredible, and the acceleration at that size is incredible.
Yeah.
And that's something where he can apply that in the games. It doesn't matter who's in front of him. If they think, oh, JPP is more of a concern, they leave Tryon for a second. Oops, there it is. It's a sack, and it's that capability, especially in like blitz packages, third down, like third and long. I can't imagine what Bowles is drawing up. But plus, take that point. I got to go for 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah, Mark's got to take care of the baby. Braden he's stubborn, doesn't want to go to sleep. So, but yeah, I mean, you're looking at this young defensive line. I really like what Pat O'Connor has brought to the table. So he looked really good. I thought in the game, just winning his matchups, really being physical, run stopper. Bud Cannibalis, what's up, man? Yeah, Kay Davis. I thought Khalil played really well. I thought he was doing a lot of good things where he was winning at the point of attack. He was getting in the pass rush. Playing better against the run. So yeah, he's got a great chance to make the defensive line group and be one of those key reserves behind, Sue, Vea. Um, you look at Pat O'Connor, Nunez, Roaches, McClendon. So he's going to be one of those guys, I think, in the mix for sure. That's a good point. X, yeah. If Tryon played in 2020, yeah, he probably would have been a top 15 pick. That's for sure. I mean, his potential's through the roof. Let me get some more of your questions in here. Let's see. Yeah, crypto. Yeah, the Pinion field goal was. I mean, BA said it best. He's like he shit the bed, so it wasn't good. Earl Watford. Yeah, I like Watford. I think he can be serviceable. Again, he's played in this league. I don't know if he'll make the team. I think they like what they have in the reserves, and Aaron Stinney, Nick Leverett. He can play anywhere. And then you have Hainsey, you can play center or guard. And then you have Josh Wells, who can be that, that swing tackle for you. So I think you look at those guys, I think those are probably your 9 offensive linemen, if that's the number they go with. The real interesting thing is going to be, I think the back end of the defense. Like, how many linebackers are you going to keep? obviously you look at the 4 outside linebackers and Anthony Nelson, JPP, Shaq, and Tryon. And then the inside linebackers, you got David and White, and then Kevin Minter. So those are 3. So that's 7. Are you going to keep, KJ Britt and Grant Stewart? Or, how is that going to play out? And then the safeties, what do we do with the safety group and the cornerbacks? So Mark just texted me. He's not sure if he's going to make it back. So I'll try to write it out solo as long as I can. I'll try to answer, whatever questions you guys got. Let's see. The biggest problem is the number 3 tackle and development receivers. Yeah, I guess you could say that. Yeah, the backup offensive tackles have been a struggle. Brad Seaton, I don't think is very good. Then you look at Josh Wells, again, serviceable. And you look at the receivers again, Scotty Miller is kind of a one-trick kind of guy right now. And Tyler Johnson, same thing. And then you look at the rest of them, Jaden Mickens and Darden. I don't, Darden I think has upside. I think he just needs to get, more aware and develop. Mickens I don't think is a very good receiver. Let's see. Yeah, Bud, yeah. The special teams hasn't been good. Coverage wise has been rough, especially kickoffs. I think they are intentionally kicking it, so the returner can take it out just to work on coverage because it is so bad. So yeah, that will be something to look for. Hopefully we can just kick it out of bounds or kick it touchback every time. So let's see. There's a couple other things I wanted to touch on. Obviously, the recap of the game. Oh, here comes Mark. He's coming back. But just overall, again, there's a lot of takes on this preseason game. It seemed like he's back. So we were just talking, just answering some of the questions here. But what I was going to say is like overall from this game, you gotta just throw it in the trash, really. I mean, it's preseason. You can't get too high or too low on it. A lot of people are watching Jameis Winston tonight, and he's looking great. Obviously, yeah. I mean, he's throwing deep balls everywhere, throwing touchdowns, and yeah, he's looking pretty good. But again, it's preseason, so we don't know what's going to happen in the regular season.
It's not like he's a proven.
So.
What's funny is the Bucs went 0-4 in preseason and then won the Super Bowl with John Gruden. So
yeah.
Does it really matter? Does it truly really matter? No. I mean, these games don't mean anything. How many snaps have you seen Tom Brady? None of our starters are doing anything. What it does tell you is, I guess our offensive line, second offensive line, aren't that good. I mean, it's been like that for years now. So I think this is something we all know. I think Buc fans need to be open-eyed to that. It's been like that way. This is something we've been saying about our second line defensive line as well.
Yeah.
Guess what? They upgraded it in a big way. Just Joe Tryon, look how much of an effect he's made. And then not to mention Pat O'Connor's been here for a while, but he's Mr. Preseason as well. Only gets better like almost every damn season. And he's showing up. So he's making his name someone that you can't forget and you're not gonna cut. Even though he was cut and then put on this practice squad. So it's more of a good thing for him moving forward.
Yeah, definitely. And just you're right about the overall depth, the offensive line. I mean, there's always going to be some type of weakness on your roster, and that's probably it as far as like the depth of the O-line once you get past the starters. Defensive line, again, it can only be so strong, as your starting group. But to have a guy like, Tryon and Anthony Nelson and now Steve McClendon, Nunez Roches, etc. Having those guys as backups, and even Patrick O'Connor and Khalil Davis, who are, rising to the occasion, that's really nice. And, what I was talking about earlier while you were gone, the real battle is like the linebackers, the inside linebackers and the secondary, like the corners and the safeties who are going to be those last guys. So it'll be interesting to see how it all breaks down.
Yeah, we touched on that last live stream with Stank. I mean, it's like there's so many secondary players. I mean, Ross Cockrell can play both positions, safety and corner now. So
Yeah.
that makes him almost someone you can't get rid of. That's something you need to be in this roster, considering your first three are pretty much set. 4 is going to say Ross Cockrell. Who's going to be that 5th, right? So you got to be someone they can't get rid of, and that's on special teams. So it's something we really kind of push on. Yeah, Jameis 9 for 10, 123, 2 touchdowns. Wow,
Yep.
Jameis. Okay,
Yeah.
but yeah, like other than that, like that 5th corner spot. Yeah, and also Covina Man over here saying how wide receiver depth or wide receiver where is he at?
Yeah, he was talking about like just
Oh,
development.
yeah. It's just where are they going to see the time? I mean, Scotty Miller isn't showing up in preseason because who's throwing him the ball?
Yeah.
And it's bad. It is, but like Tom Brady's not out there. It is a big difference. It is big.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously you got Tom Brady for a reason. He's going to be on the field. He's going to be, the GOAT for a reason. He's the best.
I'm balling.
Best to play the position. So, yeah, I mean, definitely. Obviously, if we lose Tom, that's a huge blow and changes our season. But again, you put Blaine Gabbert with our playmakers. I think you still have a decent chance to compete in games. I don't know if you'll win as much, but it's not terrible because you have the offensive talent of Mike Evans and all those other guys in there.
Well, it's something I kind of touched on earlier, and we mentioned all off season. The defense is literally, I think, going to take a huge step forward. Not just, I mean, look at the second team defense, what they were doing. I mean, Devin White, Levante David, JPP, Shaq did not play this game at all. Vita Vea didn't even see face. And they still did very well and were causing havoc in the backfield. So imagine those guys coming in as a rotation. That's the scary part, and what's going to be awesome with Devin White flying in, Levante with his awareness and just game experience, telling people where to be. And now our secondary, Antoine Winfield Jr., which I should have put the jersey in the background. Stupid me. Like his experience, getting another year under his belt, listening to his dad, telling him where he messed up. I think he's going to take that step forward. And then just Carlton Davis, if he takes another step forward, what the hell else do they need really on that defense? So I'm very excited for the defense. I don't think we really need to score 40, even though it's going to be funny if we do, because we have the potential to. But this defense is something where last year they were getting crapped on. This year they're not even being talked about as how good they can be. It's just more, okay, Tom Brady in the offense again. They're not really still hyping the defense, which I think they're going to slowly have to this year.
Yeah, for sure. I think it, like you said, it's going to be a stronger unit. I think it's going to be just a better unit overall because it has the time and development that was needed this offseason to really get everyone on the same page. So you just have a better understanding of the defense and why it's being called. Todd Bowles talked about it. Guys understand why this play call is being selected. So I think that's going to help them out quite a bit.
That's something we touched on like a couple live streams ago. But this comment, I got to bring it up. It's just funny to me. John Carathers, I think it is. And can I say this? I don't want to see Winston do good elsewhere. Hope he breaks his old record for most interceptions thrown in a season this year. That would be sweet. Yeah, I'm not that mean. I'm not. I hope
he's on the Saints. So I mean, again, it's it's F the Saints. As the loose cannons likes to say.
I say I don't want anyone to do terrible. I mean, yes, he has a bad taste in it. We have a bad taste in our mouth because of him. Because that was just shit for so many years and like hope, and crash. So many years. I mean, will he ever figure it out? I don't know. Does Sean Payton think he can do it? I hope he thinks he can. And then we just freaking take it over.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean Murphy Bunting hinted at it at Loose Cannon's live streamed or their podcast. And let's see if he wins a job. I would truly love to see us face him twice in a year. Truly.
Yeah. No, it should be interesting. I think he is the better quarterback on the roster. But again, it's, Sean Payton, he likes to get cute and fancy and, try to devise things up. So I'm sure both of them will play throughout the year. But yeah, Danny, what's up, Danny? You make a great point here. Yeah, I mean, Tom makes the whole team better. I mean, you saw it last year, the culture change. He just demands everybody's best performance. So that's why it's going to be critical that that happens this year because we're going to see everybody's best every week. So we're going to have to be on our toes at all times.
Here's something I looked up the other day. Have y'all seen Brady's numbers? Like the jump he made from the Patriots to the Bucs. Have you seen this? This is insane. Like, let me just bring this up. Look what Big Daddy Brady did. At 43 years old, he went 11-5, but check the numbers out. 4,600 yards, 40 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Everyone thought, first year in the BA's offense, shit. Look what he did. 24-8 the year before, and he just rejuvenates his career. I think it was the second highest ever in his career. He had 50 that one insane season with Randy Moss, Wes Welker, where they went undefeated. Second on the list in Tom Brady's whole career, first year in Tampa. The man's is old noodle arm. He doesn't got anything left. But look what he did. Holy shit. So I just wanted to kind of touch on that again. Just everyone's talking about Brady in the chat, but he is insane. Like the reality of how good he is came to fruition. And now imagine 17 games instead of 16. Like,
yeah. I mean, the biggest thing looking at those numbers, I mean, no season with 14 interceptions or more. Like his highest I think is 14 picks. So
yep.
Nothing over that number is insane. And then obviously at least over 20 touchdowns per year. And now with
the thing we just said, never over 14, and he didn't do it in the first year of an offense where he didn't have an offseason to learn, didn't have a preseason to learn, didn't really have a full capacity training camp. But 40, my second highest touchdowns ever, and only 12 interceptions. I'm learning on the go.
Yeah, I mean, it's impressive. It just shows like how much he's on detail with the film study and just understands his players. And now he should understand them even better this year with the work that they're able to get in. And, now looking forward to Saturday, it's just, hopefully we can see that consistency and some good rhythm to take into the season opener against the Dallas Cowboys. So, but overall, just looking at going back to the preseason game again, there were some good things. I thought mostly on defense. Again, a lot of those guys I thought played better. And there's good battles with.
Oh yeah, Danny, I know he's that damn good.
Yeah, torn MCL. I know and now Brady's going to be rolling on the bootlegs and doing some different things. Outside the pocket.
Play action.
It could be very exciting. So yeah, I mean,
sorry to interrupt. You're talking about the positives in the preseason game.
Oh no, you're fine.
Give Pat O'Connor his whole at least 2 minutes of raving. Go ahead. Take it away.
Yeah, we did that while you were gone. But yeah, Pat O'Connor was was very good. I just thought he's always been pretty consistent when he's on the field. That's what I like about him. He's just someone you can depend on. He's gonna take blockers. He's going to make sure that he's in his gap. He's not trying to do too much, I think. And that's what I like about him.
He just has to see the field. And it's kind of hard with the roster that's in front of him.
Yeah.
I mean, something we've been saying over and over.
He's a big special teams player. I mean, he makes his mark there. Obviously, I think he blocked a punt last year. So, I mean, he's that's his niche right now. But yeah, when he's called upon, I think he can do some things.
I think he can do a lot of things, especially if his inside moves, the speed inside, pass rush situations. Give it to me. Here's a good question over here. Let's talk about the catch from TB12 to Rojo.
Oh, okay. He's talking about the video of Bruce Arians. I think he was mic'd up. I think that's what he's talking about on the wheel route. Yeah, that was nice.
Elaborate more.
I think that's what he's talking about. Because I don't remember Rojo catching a ball in the first preseason game. So pretty sure he's talking about the video that BA was mic'd up on, and Tom Brady threw it down the sideline to Rojo. And he caught it perfectly. So,
well, that's something. I mean, just in practice. But Campbell.
Yeah.
I mean, Rojo's still an RB1, right? Over Fournette.
I think so. I think he's going to be
the depth chart. In reality, in the depth chart, isn't it?
Well, right now they have Fournette as the first guy, but I think Rojo is going to get majority of the carries. But again, it's a combination. It's going to be committee. Obviously, I think Gio Bernard is going to be a huge impact on the offense. Just his ability to catch the ball. So, but it was funny how BA talked about it. I don't know if we can bring that video up, but BA talked about how that wheel route to Rojo should be automatic. He's like, yeah, that's the money play right there. So,
and Bruce Arians mic'd up. Well, I'm gonna have to find it, but while you're talking, I'm gonna try and mute this so I don't butcher it for everyone else. But I mean, to me, the Rojo Fournette competition. This is something we've been going back and forth on. There's believers on both sides. I mean, Rojo easily best runner on the team. Fournette better hands, better blocker. Who's BA trust more is pretty much what it's going to be like. And if you can block for Brady, obviously he's going to put more faith in you. So,
yeah,
what's your take on that?
Yeah, that's a big thing. And actually, BA talks about it in that video. He's like, just stay in there and take the hit, Rojo. I think that's what he's talking about, and make sure you just go up and destroy them, pretty much.
But I mean, I'm assuming this is it. It's Bruce Arians mic'd up at training camp. I don't know when.
Yeah, that's it.
I don't know when this actually happens, but I guess if you want to pull it up and let's listen together, let's do it.
Okay.
Where the bow up, bro? Where the bow up, bro? Hey, bro, just get your ass kicked with dignity, baby. Stick him right there. That's it. You come backward, we're good. That's it.
Well, there he was talking
amazing
about
how much is left in that arm.
Oh, there we go.
Out of the way, row. Grab row.
That's the highest percentage of the football field. The wheel route to Rojo?
Yeah. It's a gimme. That's a gimme. Piece of cake. Roll town. Piece of cake, baby. Let's go 45.
BA cracks me the hell up. Piece of cake, baby. Piece of cake. But yeah, wheel route to row because no one thinks he's going to catch the damn ball. That's pretty much why.
I think that's where he's going with it, but it just shows BA's confidence in Rojo, and as he should be. I think he's the most talented player they have as far as the running back room, and you just can't teach his skill set. Now it's just about bringing along the other stuff, and hopefully that comes together this year.
I mean, we all keep hoping. I mean, we're hoping the same with Jameis. I don't know. I don't know. I'm going to put faith in what I've seen over time. Maybe you can make changes. Doug Martin, he made changes quickly. I mean, I remember his first year, he was terrible. And then second year, he just got astronomically better. That's a good transition. Let's see what happens. This is year, 4 for Rojo?
Yeah.
Year 1 was a wash. Okay, I get you guys that get mad about that. I was mad about that too. Let's see. It's really only his 3rd true year. We'll see. I mean, I'm pulling for him, no doubt. I want to score 40. Hell, I want to score 50 a game. And if Rojo catches the ball, that's what's going to happen. He's playing football, as BA said. But I mean, that's football. You got to execute. I mean, if the ball's there, hits your hands, catch it.
Yeah. Speaking of catching the football, thoughts on OJ Howard. It just seems like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because I feel like he is, shaking off rust, as Bruce Arians said. But yeah, it's definitely has to be better. He's got to come up with those catches, especially when he is, covered and it's tight coverage. He's got to find a way to make the play on the ball, especially it hits your hands. The first one I thought was a little bit more difficult. The second one he should have had for sure. It just went right through his hands. So yeah, he's got to be better. He's got to be better in his blocking, and it's a big year for him. But the good news is he doesn't have to rush back. I think they're going to lean on Cameron Brate and Gronk early, to start the year.
Yeah. Before I mention about OJ, guys in the chat, if you could please help us out, give us a thumbs up on the video. I mean, I went out and found the Rojo clip in T-minus like 10 seconds for you guys. You mention it, I bring it up. Hey, this is the fun part of this live stream. It's you guys bringing the content and we're pushing it right back to you. So Other than that, OJ, I'm not mad at him because, again, it's preseason. He's trying to get his legs underneath him. If he's worried about getting confidence in his legs and catching the ball at the same time, okay, that's where we're practicing here. And then who threw to him? I know they're all catchable balls, but
Yeah.
Give him some credit. He's shown over time he can catch the ball. He doesn't have that many drops like that. I know. Just give him some time. Just give him some time. If you're coming back from an Achilles tear like that, he's more worried about his legs and his hands right now, and his hands will come back with time. I mean, he's proven it over time.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bud Campbell. Thank you.
Yep, I agree. And yeah, what you said, I think it's gonna be a slow process, and just gotta wait and just let him get more reps. I think he'll get better with time, like you said, and it should be good. And once he is right, it's gonna be fun to watch this offense because him, Gronk, and Brait, obviously a deadly trio that can attack defenses in so many ways, whether it's running the football or passing the football over the middle of the field. So yeah, it's no time to panic right now, as social media was definitely in full panic mode when I put those tweets out. I mean, the responses were so outrageous.
That was the most hearted or liked whatever the hell tweet I've seen in a while. I'm like, geez, that many people hate him?
I don't know if it's hate, but yeah, a lot of people were just like, "Oh, let's trade him, release him now." Yeah, there's just a lot of nonsense going through social media, but that was like all of Saturday because I think a lot of people were just upset with the result of the game, and a lot of emotions were flying. But again, I was trying to calm them down. I was like, it's preseason. Main thing is these guys came out healthy. That's the biggest thing. And if the starters come out, this Saturday and they look like dog trash, then maybe I'll show some concern. But I think we're going to see a really good performance in that first half against Houston.
I mean, I'm still not upset, even if they look like dog trash.
Right. I mean, it's a great unit on both sides of the ball.
And who's game planning for anything? They're just running vanilla offenses. They're just saying, go out there, run a play, get your legs underneath you, catch a ball.
Yeah.
Can't catch it? Okay, well, don't hurt yourself. Wait till week 1.
Right.
That's the biggest thing you just said. Don't hurt yourself. So
yeah, it's all about adjusting to game speed. That's all they're looking for. So these guys just playing fast, and if they can't execute, then that's okay. We'll work on it.
Yeah, I mean, just don't worry. Don't overblow it, guys. Something I'm just seeing on NFL or the Buccaneers.com was that Devin White was revealed as the 28th overall player in the NFL top 100. Have you seen how many Buccaneer players made it in that top 100? I couldn't believe Christian Wirfs made it.
Yeah, it's quite a few, and I'm not sure if Ndamukong Suh's on that list. I thought he should have been in there, but I don't think he made the cut, which is unfortunate. But the guys who did make it, they're all all deserving. I think you look at Shaq Barrett, Tristan Wirfs, JPP, Mike Evans, Levante David, Chris Godwin. Those guys made it. Obviously, Devin White now, who's well deserving. He's going to be a top 20 player the rest of the way. I feel like, especially the coverage skills have greatly improved, I think. So yeah, he's going to have a great year. And obviously I think Tom Brady is going to be in the top 5 once they reveal the
I think they have him at 14, I think.
Tom Brady?
I think so.
No, he made the top 10, I believe. He's in the top 10, so.
Well, I hear Tampa Bay Buccaneers QB Tom Brady, number 14.
Oh, okay. I guess he didn't make it. I don't know. I thought he was in the top 10 list. So.
Oh, I guess last year he's number 14. Yeah, last year. Yeah. Just top 10 overall. And it's he's in good company. I'll give him that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I did something correct. Okay. Give respect. Josh Allen's up there too. I'm not even on that subject.
The Bills quarterback. Yeah. I mean, he got paid like a top 10 player. That's for sure. He was good last year. I mean, you look at the numbers. I thought he was pretty good.
Yeah, well,
but again, it's all about the playoff wins. That's where
I'll leave it be.
Yeah.
But I guess let's see. So other topics to talk about. Because someone said Tanner Hudson better than OJ.
No. Tanner, and the problem with Tanner, he's going to have to show out on special teams. Like he's battling with Cody McElroy if they're going to keep 4 tight ends, that is. So that's an interesting battle because those 2 guys are going to really have to show out on special teams and blocking. That's been their biggest area of weakness, being able to block and do what the tight ends are asked to do. Everyone can catch the ball. It's about doing other things that make you valuable to this roster.
And BA has been talking down on him about how he doesn't block at all. So
I got to give him credit though. He played with a sprained wrist, which was showing good toughness. So give him credit there.
He's trying to make a roster, so you're gonna have to play with everything you got.
Right.
I mean, so this last game, what are you looking for? I mean, besides the starters.
Yeah, really. It'll be interesting just to see how the formations break out. I want to see something from the running game. I'm hoping we can get something going there. In the second half, really, it's going to be. I'm hoping they put Kyle Trask with some of these guys and let him play, and get some rhythm early. Like they got to put him in better situations. He's been in way too many 3rd and 10s to convert and move the football. So. I would just like to see him get a better opportunity with the, second offensive line and some, receivers that can get some separation and make some plays for him.
I'm surprised no one asked about Kyle Trask. I mean, with his game Saturday, 2 interceptions, 135 yards, did not look good. There was some decisions that were good, some that were a little bit off accuracy, I guess you would say, but
yeah.
Is it truly just the competition he's playing with the guys that he has in front of him? Like, what do you think is the true reason behind these two in a row bad games?
Yeah, I think it's a mix. Like it's a mix of guys he's just not comfortable with yet, like as far as game speed. Also, he's adjusting to the speed of the game. So it's the situations that he's been in. Like it's just a lot of 3rd and long situations, and some of that's his fault. Some of it's just a lack of running game, and so it's a pretty much a combination of everything. And then I put like the second half, like the late part of the game last week. It was the scoreboard. Like he was just trying to make some plays. You could see it, like he was trying to force some things there at the end.
I mean, from what I saw, he didn't really force that much though. Considering he had 2 interceptions, the one shouldn't have been one.
Right.
And the other one, he hit a helmet. He hit something. Wide receiver was going to make a play for it, but there was still some plays where he got sacked and he probably could have let it loose. Jameis would have let it loose. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. I just think like the play that should have not have been a fumble and returned back for a touchdown, like that just.
Well, that was an interception, not just a fumble, interception.
Well, interception, yeah. I mean, it just it just made it, everything from there went to worse, like after that play, because he put a perfect pass to Tanner Hudson to start off his drive. And then after that, I thought everything just kind of went downhill. He made some nice, conversions. Again, he had a nice 3rd and long conversion to Tanner Hudson. So there were some good decisions. I like, there were some good accurate like throwaways that he had. But again, it was just rough. It was rough after that moment.
And so that's something where some people who analyze quarterbacks would say it's a bad throwaway. Because they're not giving the wide receiver an option to catch the ball. I think he just knows, okay, the guy's not going to be able to get there, but I'm going to throw it close to him. So it's not like a intentional grounding, but it's at least a little bit close. Maybe he can make it a little bit better, but if it's that high risk of a throw, why force it? Because some of them, the deep balls are like, oh, that looked like a duck. Some people were saying he didn't have the arm to get it there. There was one I did say that it was like a comeback and the guy jumped right in front of it. I was like, oh shit. I was scared of that one, but there was another deep one where it looked like he was just throwing away and people thought it was just a duck of a ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the one you're talking about in the comeback. That ball hanged up there a little too long, and obviously allowed the corner to make a play. But I mean, again, it's going to be a process with Kyle Trask. I got into a little discussion with comment on YouTube about like a lot of people are like, no, he's just gonna be gone after 3 years. I was like, we don't know what's gonna happen in 3 years. Like we have to wait and see. Again, there's a lot of things that can happen in between that time. So, but Kyle is he's in a great situation. Like
Yeah.
you can't put him in a better situation than he is now. And the dude has tools. I think he's got everything you need to work with. Now it's just about strengthening those assets and really learning the speed of the game. I think that's where he's got to just make that adjustment.
Yeah, if we were in the situation the Patriots are right now, yeah, then be concerned. Holy shit, this guy looks bad. The thing is, Mac Jones is playing with literally starting caliber players. Kyle Trask hasn't seen anyone that's starting, let alone someone who may see the field. Scotty Miller's not there when he's there.
Right.
Like there's no one there for him to actually get timing with, and that's probably going to be in the roster, let's be honest. So I feel bad for him in some sense, but this is a learning curve. He's getting used to the game speed, like you mentioned. Like you said, I hope he can get some time with some better players, but this isn't his time. The next 3 years aren't his time. So why even rush anything? Let him learn the playbook. Let him see what it's supposed to look like so that when he does come in, it's him telling people what to do, not hoping the receiver runs it. It's like, no, you do this because I know what's supposed to be done after 3 years of being in this. Right. Hopefully that's the case.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think, again, if he ends up becoming, and this is high praise, but, a Carson Palmer type of quarterback, I think he would be very happy with that. So, again, yeah, he just needs time. I'm not going to overanalyze his game right now. If he was throwing left and right interceptions because they were, poor choices, then maybe. But again, I think for the most part, he's making the right decision with what he's got to work with.
I like this comment. MD Peel Trask has seasons to improve. If he had to get thrown in with the number ones due to injury, I think he would do okay. I don't know if he'd do okay. I would hope he would do okay. There's still times where, even the first game, he holds on to the ball a little too long, stares down his receiver a little too long.
Right.
There's things he's going to have to fix. I do like that he's going through a lot of reads. That's really good. But he still has a lot to learn. He didn't ever start immediately. Don't mess it up. Every time he waits in the background, he comes into the light, he does very, very well. So let's do the same process in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, a lot of people in the chat talking about the play calling. Again, it's preseason. I don't know how much you can, look at that for next Saturday. Again, it'll be interesting to see what takes place. But I think the main thing, you just want to see some, good drives, some consistency, hopefully score some points. But yeah, I wouldn't put too much into the play calling. They're not going to reveal anything right now. Once the Cowboys come, it's open season.
I want to touch on Danny Danello's comment because this is something he's brought up over the offseason, something we've talked about, and it is a pressing thing.
Yeah.
So Danny said, Bucs fans seem to forget how bad the offensive play calling was the first 12 games of the season, calling it the Super Bowl high. So he has a valid argument here. Literally, it was the forceful push of BA's system, Leftwich saying there's no need for play action. That's not our offense. Leftwich kind of hinted at, we're not going to run motions. We're not going to do play actions or stuff in a press conference. We all think it's sarcasm because obviously it worked. It was the end of the season. So rinse and repeat, obviously, if it's working. I think either way, Tom Brady's fingers are all over this playbook. It's not going to go back to reverting to what was bad. Brady knows what he's good at. Clyde Christensen, Byron Leftwich, BA know what Tom Brady's good at in this offense. I think they're going to continue with the stuff that worked. They're not going to pigeonhole him to literally just only do BA's true BA offense.
Right. No, I agree. And this is a good point by Peel. Just Tom didn't know the offense all the way, at that point. So as weeks went on, he got more comfortable. Again, the play calling got better because they started using more max protection, play action, motion, all those things where it's more balanced, and that was definitely helping Tom and everybody to be more consistent, and it showed as they scored, I think 30 points the rest of the way. I mean, that's what they were averaging. So yeah, I'm not too concerned. Again, just gotta let it play out. I think the talent is going to take over. I mean, that's first and foremost. I mean, the talent is there. They know how to identify the matchups, and I think Tom's comfortable with everybody. So I think that's going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I mean, especially the only thing I would worry about is the cockiness, the entitlement of,
Right.
oh, I'm a Super Bowl champ.
Don't want to get too cute.
Right. I don't think we have guys like that in this roster, especially with Tom Brady yelling at you guys on offense. And then Devin White, Levante, those passionate type of dudes forcefully enforcing their will, and Ndamukong Suh. Like, they have a guy in almost every room that are hungry and forcefully pushing to be better and to be great. So I don't think we have that type. But you never know. I mean, once the season starts, let's see.
Yeah, I mean, again, it's a week-to-week league. I always say it. The roster is always fluid, so you just never know. And you look at this NFC South. It's a very competitive division. It's a division that is going to be a battle throughout the whole season. I think the Saints are better than what people think. Carolina, I think defensively they're very strong. Atlanta, again, they have a high-powered offense, so there's going to be a lot of good things from this division, and it's going to be a lot of good tests. And obviously the other teams that we face, the AFC East, which I feel like those teams are going to be tough tests, just because they're better. You look at Miami. I think Miami's going to be better. Jets, Patriots. Well, not the Jets, but the Patriots and the Bills, I think are going to be good. So yeah, a lot of tough opponents.
What a jab.
I know. Sorry, Alex.
I mean, the Jets, they are who they are until they change. And
I like Zach Wilson. I think he'll be okay.
I like the coach they chose too. So
Right.
it takes a little while.
Yeah.
It didn't get Tom Brady thrown in their lap. And then one more good point by G Vegas. JPP knows not to be on a Super Bowl high, and he is a vocal leader for that defense. Very damn true, and he's teaching Tryon, which is incredible. I still can't believe this dude is 32nd pick and on the Bucs roster.
It's pretty crazy. I mean, I feel like watching like our old draft shows from this year just to see how that all played out. Yeah, I mean, it's ridiculous that he was available. But with that said, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up. Again, we appreciate all the comments and the questions. Again, thank you all for joining us and just taking the time to talk Bucs football. We love it. We know you love it. Again, this was presented by Bucs Report, so shout out to them. But with that said, I think we're going to call it a night. Probably next week's show, we might get more into the division talk. I think maybe that's something we can touch on. Obviously, we'll recap, the last preseason game and the cuts that are probably going to be made. So, but with that said, everyone have a great night. Go Bucs.
Go Bucs.